No, Jessica, and the reason why I'm looking up is I just heard in my ear how windy and rainy it is in western Washington, but here in Victoria, the sun is out. The clouds have parted. Perhaps there is some symbolism. You can see it here in front of the Parliament building. Everybody knows it who has lived in western Washington for any length of time. There is a welcome back sign out, and it is all because of that ship. For the first time in 550 days, the Victoria Clipper is back in town. There was no raining on this parade. This was a celebration on land and by sea with a nautical escort for the first trip of the Clipper to Victoria Harbor in a year and a half.
It's a pretty big lift to get this company that had been dormant for 18 months up and running.
Clipper CEO David Gudgel said as the ship pulled out of Seattle this morning, today provided a sense of relief for a company and a service that was reduced to just 8 people in 2020 with real questions about financial survival, also dealing with ever-changing border requirements.
That was a real rocky road.
The several dozen passengers today needed a negative COVID test within 72 hours, proof of vaccination, a passport, and had to provide all that information to the Canadians' Arrive Can app in advance. A somewhat confusing set of requirements that has suppressed initial travel across the land border.
When we saw them waving the flags out, I went, oh dear, family's always embarrassing.
Yet Paul Lavallee made the trip for a long-planned visit to see his mom.
It's been 2 years since we've been here, so we haven't seen each other for 2 years, so this is pretty special.
It's just massive symbolically.
Paul Nursey of Destination Victoria says he's hopeful this is just the beginning.
We know the numbers will be small to start. At least we have that possibility now.
Now that the connection between Seattle and Victoria is finally restored. Destination Victoria says that tourism business was down to about 30% of normal in 2020. It inched back up somewhat this summer, but still about 60% of normal. So they are happy about today's developments. We should tell you there is now a vaccine mandate here in Victoria for all businesses. We saw a lot of them checking for proof of vaccination today with no real issues, no real protests. We also talked to the mayor of Victoria about the symbolism of this ship coming into harbor. That part of our story is coming up live tonight at 5 o'clock on King 5. But for now, live on Vancouver Island in Victoria Harbor, I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.
Enjoy that sunshine, Chris. We'll see you at 5 o'clock.